Well, happy Wednesday, everybody. Happy Wednesday again. Great seeing everybody. Hi, Karen. Hi, Mickey. Hi, everybody who is watching me live and also on replay later on. This is another happy day. I'm so glad to have everybody here. This is always so exciting to share with you what I know, what I've discovered, things that perhaps you may know, but also sharing the information, which is great. And sharing the information both for our better selves, sharing our information for other people, and really, again, trying to raise the spiritual vibration of humanity, raise the spiritual awareness, and as a result, getting that vibration high, because we need a lot of better vibration, right? So that's one thing that I think we really could use. In case you didn't know, in case you're joining for the first time, my name is Chris Lippincott. I'm a spiritual medium. I'm an international medium, best-selling author, and this is what I love to do. I love to share with you all my information that I've learned over the years about spirit, about meditating, about how to get in contact with spirit better. And these are all just different ways that we can all understand ourselves better, understand our reality better, understand our universe better. So sit back and enjoy, because today what we're going to do is we're all going to talk about meditation, specifically about how meditation helps you cope with anxiety, how meditation helps you deal with the stresses of our everyday life, because God knows we are in a stressful world, right? Let me know if you are involved with a stressful life. I know I am. I know my life is always stressful. If it's not one thing, it's another. In fact, that's one of the biggest complaints everybody has is, how can I meditate when I'm constantly thinking 1,000 things at once? I mean, did I take out the trash? Did I pay the bills? Am I, is the mortgage due? What's going on? We've all got too much going on in our lives to say, I feel calm and relaxed. Well, that's why meditation is such a great thing, right? So that's what's so important about meditation, especially meditation for anxiety. If you're joining us, live, write in. Let me know where you're from, so I can reach out to everybody and see where it's at, because it's great here in New Jersey, surprisingly, where the temperature is a balmy 76, 77, and it's feeling almost like summer. I think summer does not want to end, thank God. It's like I thought once the second half of September rolled around, all of a sudden, boom, temperatures would drop. It may happen in another couple of weeks, but not yet. So I'm still crossing my fingers, holding that the temperature is going to be good, right? So at this point, I just wanted to kind of jump right in. What is it about meditation that helps us with our stressful daily life? And why are we seeing such increases in stress, especially anxiety? Because anxiety is a special type of stress. There are all kinds of different disorders. Actually, anxiety is considered a mental illness. I think I saw a statistic that said one out of every six people worldwide suffers from anxiety. And you can cope with anxiety with pills or drugs or prescriptions or, you name it. But one of the best and easiest ways to deal with anxiety and stress is meditation. And it can be done anywhere that you want, for as long as or as short as you want. It doesn't take any practice. It doesn't take any skills. And guess what? It's free. I like that. So these are things that, you would think most people would jump at and say, give it to me. It's free. I can do it anywhere. It doesn't take any practice. I don't need to know how to do it. I just want to follow along and de-stress or, reduce my anxiety. Yet people are kind of going to their pharmacy and saying, okay, give me the prescription so I can reduce my stress and reduce my anxiety. it's becoming an epidemic. I think everybody wants to kind of like start popping pills, right? For their for whatever it is that ails them. They just like, give me a pill. I want something to fix me. You can do something a lot better than that. It's not great for your body or your mind. So let's kind of think about this for a second. What are some of the causes that you can think of for stress? I mean, there are a lot of them out there, I'm sure. If you can think of any causes for stress that you can think of, write them in the chat box. Let me know what you think. But this particular list of stressors that I ran across, I thought was actually, quite pertinent to what we're talking about today. And it's really something that describes kind of our everyday life, right? So why are people more stressed? Why are they experiencing anxiety? Well, number one, the news cycles that we're experiencing are getting shorter all the time. We're constantly getting bombarded by bad news. Well, what sells papers? Good news or bad news, right? Well, bad news sells newspapers and TV. The ratings go higher if there are more disasters in the world, and the news cycles are constantly getting shorter. So there's something for you, right? That's always a problem. What about the outrage and the negativity and the road rage we're all experiencing, right? That's growing all the time. People are they've got very short fuses. So people are getting just angry all the time, and they're always mumbling under their breath or swearing at people. And the negativity is just growing, growing, growing. Also, people are just totally obsessed with social media these days. So it's like, you're on what is it, like TikTok or Instagram, where you post something and you can't even keep it up for 24 hours or 15 minutes. I mean, now I'm learning that these things called shorts are 30 seconds or less, right? People are getting rewarded to have short videos, short commentary in 30 seconds. You can't talk in 30 seconds. I don't understand this. Maybe I'm just old. Also, people are totally obsessed with their mobile phones, their electronics. They can't get off these darn things. Whatever happened to actually talking to a human face to face? You probably see all these kids all the time. They're at they're at the same table. They're at a restaurant, right? And you see these kids at the same time, and they're looking down at their phones, and they're sitting across from each other. Maybe they're even chatting with each other on the phone. I mean, I've seen that actually happen. That it just boggles my mind. Talk to each other rather than get off your darn phones. What a concept to unplug. You would actually learn how to breathe. People these days are also really working hard. They're working longer hours, so that's just piling up on the stress. Like, they don't have enough time to go exercise. Of course, we've got an obesity epidemic going on. That's not helping. People don't get outside. They don't learn to get out with nature. They don't learn how to de-stress because they're working all the time. They're working, 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 and that's not healthy. Also, everybody's bills and their expenses are just constantly piling up. So that's going to be a stressor right there. How do you get over that one? It's just, don't worry about it. And obviously, you've got politics. Politics these days are becoming so divisive. In this country, the entire country is either completely a one party or completely the opposite party. And there's like this massive gap in between, and nobody wants to talk to anybody else. There's no understanding. So the division in this country and the lack of understanding has gotten so excessive, it's creating massive stress. And last but not least, it's certainly world relations. We don't have to look very far or think about it, because, again, this goes right back to the news cycles. We're in the midst of countries that are invading other countries and causing wars and famine and all the other things that are going on in the world. That's enough just to say, I'm checking out. I don't want to deal with all this stuff anymore. It's amazing. So when you think about all that, yes, there's no wonder why everybody's just like, it's like that old cartoon of like Fritz the cat, like this, and their hair is like scattered out, and it's like they've been electrocuted. It might as well have been electrocuted, right? So I think that's really a big deal, and that's probably the majority of the stressors. Um, Now, what's interesting is that even if you're a person who doesn't consider themselves to have anxiety or to have stress, in fact, the average person is going to worry about 1 hour out of every day. I think I saw the number was 55 minutes. So about an hour every day, you're going to worry. Doesn't matter. You could be in the calmest situations. You're still going to find yourself worrying somewhere, sometime during the day. It's just part of being human, I guess. And that's kind of why we're here, right? But that's a whole other topic, and we've spoken about that before. But just fact is that on average, most people, worry about an hour a day. Now, the difference is if you're a person who has anxiety, that number goes up exponentially. You start to worry 300 hours a day. Well, I don't know if it's a day. It's actually probably supposed to be more like a week. So let me strike that. If there were 300 hours in a day, that would be a news piece, right? Anyway, so I think if you're a person with anxiety, you're clearly a lot more anxious than anybody else. It's about a factor of 300, 30 or 300. I don't know which, but it's obviously a lot more. If you're anxious, you're always worried about what's going to happen. You're always worried about, did I do the right thing? Did I do the wrong thing? Should I be doing something? Should I not be doing something? You're always second guessing every single thing that you're always doing. You're always second guessing everything that's happening to you. And that anxiety just starts to erode the inside of you, starts to erode your spirit, starts to erode your personality. You can't cope. So what we find is that so many people start to, you know, withdraw within themselves and withdraw within their own houses even. They don't even want to go outside. And that's a shame. So one of the things I really want to have people understand is there's a way to get over that. The way is just to meditate. And again, meditation is not something that you have to, be an expert at. It's not something you even have to really learn. You just sit down and listen to the track or like a guided meditation or something, any kind that resonates with you. You can do it 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Just keep on doing it in a consistent fashion, and you'll find that you'll be able to meditate that much easier. And you'll find that when you do that, all of a sudden, all these stressors, all these things that are causing you anxiety start to go by the wayside, and they start to fall away, and they start to realize, hey, wow, life's actually pretty good, you know. So I'm just gonna go back out to more people who are joining on, saying hi. I'm seeing people from Maine, seeing people from Michigan, seeing people from Florida, seeing people from England. Again, just so great to have you all here. It's wonderful to have such a broad coverage of so many people. So, like I said in the text, the description for today's broadcast, one of the things I wanted to do was do a short meditation with you. That's going to be a visualization meditation that's going to help you relax your mind, get over your stress, and get over your potential anxiety. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through this visualization meditation, have some music in the background, and I'm going to invite you when you are listening to it to start feeling yourself relaxed. So what I'm going to do is start to play the music. And first, I'd like to make sure that you can actually hear the music. And what I have done is I've started to play the music. Can you hear the music? Let me know if you can hear the music, if it's too loud, or if my voice is actually getting to a... if my voice is too loud, let me know how the music is. Thumbs up, thumbs down, type in the chat how are you experiencing the music for me. And if I don't hear any responses, I'm going to assume that... good. All right. Thank you. Perfect. All right. So, what I invite you to do is to just close your eyes, find a comfortable chair, sit back in the comfortable chair, relax as you close your eyes, and just begin to follow your breathing. Follow your breath on the inhalation and on the exhalation. Just allow your breathing to find its own natural rhythm as you inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Feel your chest rise on the inhalation and fall on the exhalation. And just pay attention to your breathing. Just allow your breathing to find that natural, steady rhythm. And if at times you feel that your mind begins to wander, that's perfectly okay. That's totally normal. Anytime that happens, just bring your attention back to your breathing. That will center you. That will allow you to become in the here, in the now, in the present. Just to always focus on your breathing. Now I invite you to come along with me on this journey. See yourself on a beautiful grassy plain, a meadow, deep, dark, green grass. This flat, long, this grass, this meadow goes as far out as the eye can see. And before you see a low wall is made of stones that have been piled on top of each other. Maybe it's 3 feet high, not very tall. And in the middle of this low stone wall, you see a wooden gate painted white. Beyond that stone wall, you see a little garden. Start walking towards the stone wall and start walking to that white gate. Open the white gate. Listen to the squeak of the hinges as you open the gate. Perhaps the hinges are rusty. Past the gate and walk into the garden. Look to your left, look to your right. What do you see? Perhaps there are many different colored flowers around you. Maybe the colors have the colors of reds and yellows and violets and purples. Smell the flowers, smell the aromas everywhere. Some of these flowers are quite tall, some of them are quite low, some of them are brilliant hues, some of them are quite dull. Some of them stretch out to the far recesses of the garden. Beautiful patterns, beautiful designs. Everything that you can see. But we can't stay here. It's time to press on. When you raise your head and you look forward, you see a beautiful forest, beautiful pine trees, beautiful birches, beautiful maple trees, beautiful oak trees. It's a wonderful sunny day. It's warm. Soft breeze in the air. Begin to walk away from the garden towards this beautiful forest. In this forest, the trees are very close together, and the top trees come together and they filter the light. So you see the sun's rays streaming through the leaves from above. This beautiful series of rays of golden light coming down from above as the sun shines through the leaves down to the ground. And on the ground you see pine needles, you see leaves, you see little stalks of grass and weeds here and there. But there's a path in front of you. This very inviting path. And this path is matted down. It's a mossy path. Green moss is on it. But it's matted down. And on top of that green mossy path, you have soft leaves, soft pine. Take off your shoes. Begin to walk on this beautiful, soft, mossy path. And as you walk on this soft, mossy path, smell the aromas of the trees, the bark, the leaves, the moss, the grass. Listen to the rustling of the leaves as the wind blows. Listen to the creaking of the trees far above as they softly move from side to side in the breeze. Can you hear the birds chirp high above every so often? Small little chirping far in the distance. Birds calling to each other. As you look around, you spot little animals, perhaps a squirrel, perhaps a little bunny rabbit, perhaps a chipmunk. This is their territory, but they invite you in with grace. Keep walking along this mossy path. Continue to farther walk along the path, and as you walk along this mossy path, continue to experience what you see in this beautiful forest. And as you walk beyond this forest, you notice that eventually the forest gives way to another grassy meadow. At the end of the forest, you step onto a grassy meadow that has a small incline downwards. Starts to head down. You can bid goodbye to the forest and start softly and slowly walking down this very gentle hill. And in front of you, you see this beautiful lake. This lake has a beautiful coastline covered with small pebbles and sand and a beach all around it. This is no ordinary lake. This is a lake that stretches as far as you can see. When you look at the water of the lake, you are looking down upon the lake. The water is like glass. There is no movement on the water. And this water, like a mirror, reflects everything around you. And as you look at this entire lake, you see beyond the lake, on the other side, another beautiful forest. But this is full of pine, dark green pine trees that line the entire coast on the opposite side. And beyond those pine trees, these majestic rocky mountains rise from the ground, soaring higher and higher and higher, tens of thousands of feet into the sky, snow-capped mountains, majestic. For this is a beautiful lake that was formed by the glaciers. As you slowly walk down towards the edge of the lake, your anticipation builds. You feel yourself beginning to wonder and expect what you will find. You get to this lake and you feel like for some reason, you know this lake. You've been here before. This feels something like home. It's very safe. It's very secure. You feel wonderful with this beautiful lake. You sit down near the lake, on the beach of the lake, and you pause and you wonder, how did it get here? Who has seen it? Why have you been brought here? But somehow you know that you have been brought here for a reason. You dip your toe gently in the lake, and to your surprise, this lake feels so warm. It's almost like bath water. This is so enticing. This makes you want to begin to explore what this lake is like. How could a lake formed by the glaciers be warm, like bath water? This lake is more inviting. You feel it calling you. You feel it like a bath in your own home. And not only do you stick one toe in the lake, but now both feet are in the lake. Lift up your pants up to the knees, slowly wade up to the knees, and eventually you just become overwhelmed with the glory of this water and this beautiful lake. And you just allow yourself to fall into the water and float. You're floating in this beautiful bath water of this gorgeous lake. And as you do, you begin to feel this beautiful energy that this lake is surrounding you with. You're surrounded by energy. You're surrounded by love. You're surrounded by what you feel is home yet again. And before you realize what is happening, you suddenly begin to connect with this beautiful, blinding white energy that shoots down from above, surrounding you in this beautiful, blinding white light, connecting you with energy, connecting you with love, connecting you with protection, connecting you with everything that is beautiful and right. You don't know why, but you know this energy. There's a personality behind this energy. There's a source behind this energy. There's a love behind this energy. And it's one that calls to you and you that calls to it. It feels like you've been reunited yet again. For truly, you are being introduced again to your home. You are fully accepted for what you are. You are fully loved for everything that you do. You are fully at ease for all that you have done has been perfect. For all that you are and ever will be is perfect. For you are fully accepted just as you are. And you feel this beautiful unconditional love that begins to flow around you and through you. But you realize this is only a temporary feeling. Slowly, this beautiful, loving, blinding white energy begins to pull back. But before it does, it lets you know that you will always be connected with this energy. You will never be separated, for you are one and the same. You will always be linked together. Know that you are one and the same. You are a singularity. And with that, this light withdraws back from whence it came, out of the sky. Dazed, you begin to wonder, what happened? You begin to find that you're floating again in this beautiful lake. As you gain your conscious decisions and movements, you decide to come back to the beach. You walk onto the beach and you sit on the beach yet again, facing out onto the lake. And as you do, you wonder, what did I just experience? Who am I? Who was that? And can I have that always? And now you get up from the beach. You start walking towards the forest. You walk through the forest, through the beautiful forest that has that very soft and mossy path. You walk across the path out to the other side of the forest. You walk into the garden, past the garden, open up the gate, walk past the gate, back out onto that beautiful grassy field. And you just look up and you see the sun shining upon you with full beautiful warmth, just like you began. You slowly to begin to return. Feel yourself sitting in your chair. Feel the clothes resting gently on your body. Feel your feet calmly on the floor, burrowing deeply into Mother Earth like the roots of a tree. For you are now truly grounded back into Mother Earth. Begin to concentrate on your breathing again. Feel yourself breathing in and breathing out. Again, breathing in and breathing out. Last time, breathing in, breathing out. And with that, I invite you to open your eyes and slowly return back to your room, back to the place where you were. Welcome back. I hope everybody is back from that wonderful journey. That is a typical, well, I won't say so typical, but that is a visualization meditation that I find is actually quite useful for de-stressing. It's quite useful for allowing yourself to calm down, allowing yourself to get out of where you are now and get to another place. And that's really what meditation does. The meditation allows you to get from where you are now to where you want to be or where you don't want to be. It allows you to to just absolutely um, leave all the stresses behind, literally. Isn't that what we want to do? We're all stressed out, we're all worried. Don't we want to say, hey, I want to leave my stresses back here? So this kind of visualization literally has you walk away from all your cares and your worries, and you literally go somewhere else to this beautiful place, beautiful nature. Not only are you connecting with nature, but you are connecting with the divine, with the source, whatever name you want to put to it. You're connecting to this beautiful energy that accepts you back in its arms. And that's the full love that you feel. And when you feel that, all of a sudden you're like, okay, I don't have any stresses. I don't have any cares. I mean, I don't know about you, but when I do that, I'm like, okay. It's like, remember the old commercial, Calgon, Take Me Away? That's kind of what this is, right? So that's absolutely powerful stuff. So I've been jabbering away here for 30 minutes. What questions do you guys have? What wonderful thoughts you want to share, or other questions, things that I can help you with, because that's kind of why I'm here. Um, let me begin here. I'm seeing Karen had mentioned earlier that so many people expect us to fit in. Oh, that's another one. I should have put that on the list. Thank you, Karen. Yeah, everybody's like saying you got to fit in. You got to you got to be the person that fits in the square box, right? You can't do anything else. So it's all society, and if you don't fit in that society, if you don't fit in that square box, well, then you're ostracized. That's another big stressor. I forgot about that. Thank you, Karen. That's another one. So it's important to actually live true to who you are. Allow yourself to be true. Be true to yourself. Don't try to be somebody else that you're not, because you are unique and special and perfect just the way you are. And that's all about acceptance, non-judgment, forgiveness, and that's actually going to be a whole series of topics we're going to be talking about in September. I'm sorry, October. Hello. We're going to be talking about a whole bunch of those topics. So yes, thank you, Karen. That was a great thing here. What else? Mickey's saying gives you a great feeling of euphoria. Yes, exactly. That's the whole concept. It's this beautiful feeling of finally getting out of our earthly, heavy, grounding, depressing of a world. Finally getting it kind of takes us back to our dreams, right? It kind of takes us back to that place of just like where everything is beautiful and perfect and filled with love. And that's kind of what we seem to forget, because we're always wrapped up in the material world, right? We're always wrapped up in the dense physical machinations every day. So yeah, there is a euphoric feeling to that. Absolutely. Um, and KJ is asking what music was that I was playing. This is one of my favorite tracks for meditation. It's called Bija. It's by Todd Norian, Norian. Absolutely fantastic track. You can look it up on Amazon. That's where I got it. Not Amazon, sorry. Yeah, Amazon Music, or Audible or whatever. It's absolutely. I love that track. I discovered that once when I was at a retreat, and I never been the same since. So there you go. And Karen mentioning like she felt like she was floating up in the lake, as if hands were inviting me up. Yes, exactly. That's the whole concept. Spot on, Karen. That's the whole thing. You literally were. It's like all of a sudden the lake just kind of went away, right? And all of a sudden you're surrounded by this huge, bright, blinding light energy that enwraps you, engulfs you, and all you know and see and are aware of is this huge white light that's all around, and that's everything. All around you is this white light, and that's all you can see. And that's when you start to connect to source energy that is everywhere and everything. And that's where you're suddenly not only pulled up, but you're literally kind of taken somewhere else. And that's what's so beautiful about it. And that's where that euphoric feeling that Mickey mentioned, that's really how that kind of comes up. So, yeah. So if you have any other questions, let me know. Otherwise, I will sign off for another beautiful session with you guys again today. I love sharing all this with you. And again, if you find that you know of people who you think can benefit from this, by all means, let them know. If you think people who would like to get the alerts, then perhaps have them subscribe. If you haven't already subscribed, then certainly subscribe to the channel, because that way you'll get more of the videos. You'll find out when these broadcasts are coming out. You'll find out when new audios are coming out, or when I'm doing new meditations, because I keep on adding new meditations and all. So, if you like the content, you like what's going on, and then, absolutely feel free to, join up and, subscribe. Mickey is asking me, are you going to write another book? Oh, so many people ask me that same question. And I want to say yes, yes, yes. In fact, I've actually got the outline of the book ready to go. And I keep on saying, oh yeah, I'm going to write the book. I'm going to write the book. But like all authors, it's kind of like, oh yeah, I'll get to it. I got so many other things that are going on at the same time. I'm like, should I do this? Should I do that? And I'm one of those people. And so I'm like, I definitely want to get my book out. And it's like, that's another calling, because I know the book brings such beautiful healing and love and connection to so many people in one fell swoop. Then that's definitely one thing I do. So yeah, I'm working on it. And I get the very distinct impression that people want that second book, if not third, fourth, fifth, etc. And that was kind of what I was ultimately hoping to do, but we'll try to get to that as soon as possible. So I will sign off for now. If you liked all the content, then by all means subscribe, and I will see you next time. Until then, love and light. This is Chris signing off for now. Bye bye.